Have you ever been wandering through, seemingly ordinary part of a city, maybe a park, and just wondered what's underneath? What history is buried right below your feet?
It's amazing, isn't it, how modern landscapes can sort of pave over these really dramatic pasts?
Totally. And today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that kind of place. Tsurumi Ward over in eastern Osaka, Japan. Now, if you know Tsurumi, it's probably for its green spaces, right?
Yeah.
Especially that huge park.
That's the main association for most people, yeah. Tsurumi Ryokuchi Park.
But what many don't realize is that Tsurumi has this incredibly rich, sometimes pretty intense history hidden just beneath the surface.
And that's our mission today. We want to peel back those layers, look at the fascinating stories from its past, and maybe point out some present-day hidden gems you might miss otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. And we've dug into quite a bit, historical archives, local records, even some modern travel info to piece this together. So let's jump in because Tsurumi's story goes way, way back.
It really does. What's interesting is how this area, which started as pretty remote, sort of marshy land, actually played this unexpected role in Osaka's economy, even back in the Edo period.
Okay, let's go there. Mid-Edo, maybe 18th century. Osaka's the kitchen of the nation. Rivers are everything. But in Tsurumi, along the Kizu River, there was something else going on,
Hmm.
a hidden port. How did that work in such a well out-of-the-way spot?
Well, that remoteness was exactly the point. It wasn't official, not on any maps. It was basically a secret base for merchants. Quite daring ones, actually, trying to dodge heavy taxes and government eyes.
Oh, okay. So they were bringing goods in under the radar.
Exactly. Lumber from Kishu, salt from Shikoku, maybe even, fancy goods from Nagasaki,
Yeah.
all unloaded secretly. And the local village leaders, they were kind of in on it, collecting these watch fees, a quiet agreement,
A
basically.
little side hustle for the whole area.
Yeah.
But secrets like that, they don't usually last, do they? I heard things got pretty heated.
Oh, they did. Eventually, a big merchant group from Sakai, which was a major port nearby, tried to muscle in, set up their own exclusive dock.
Right. Competition.
Big time. It sparked this really violent clash called the Kalahara-kasen,
Ah.
the riverbed battle, right there in the marshes. Fists, maybe more.
Wow. A battle in the reeds.
Yeah, it got so bad the Osaka magistrate actually had to send troops in to break it up, shut the whole operation down, and punish everyone involved.
It's wild to think about that happening where, there were probably houses or parks now. It really shows how these hidden economic forces were bubbling away, even back then.
It absolutely does. Shows the tough side of survival and commerce on the edges of society. And that area, it just kept transforming.
So let's move forward a bit. Late Meiji, Taisho eras. Japan's industrializing like crazy. Tsurumi, with its cheap land and water access, becomes home to a huge factory.
Yeah, Tsurumi Boseki, the Tsurumi spinning mill, massive brick buildings, big chimneys, a real symbol of modernization. But the story inside, well, it's pretty grim.
Okay, tell us about that. What was life like for the workers?
They recruited thousands of young women, the Boseki Joku, mostly from poor villages. And conditions were just brutal. We're talking 12-hour shifts, sometimes longer.
12 hours?
Minimum. Incredibly noisy, machines everywhere, air thick with cotton dust. They lived in cramped dorms, food was bad, pay was tiny, lung disease, accidents. It was common.
That sounds absolutely grueling. But even in those conditions, they organized. I read about a strike. How did they even manage that?
It's pretty amazing, really. Around 1910, the final straw was a wage cut, which was just steeply unfair. So hundreds of these women secretly planned it. They just put down their tools, walked out, and sat down in protest.
Wow, just defiance.
Pure defiance,
Yeah.
demanding better pay, shorter hours. Considering how controlled their lives were, coordinating that was incredibly brave.
So what happened? Did they win? I imagine the factory wasn't happy.
No, they weren't. The factory, with police help, suppressed it pretty quickly. The leaders lost their jobs. But, and this is the key thing, that Tsurumi female worker dispute, as it became known, really resonated.
Ah, so it had a bigger impact.
Definitely. It became this early spark for Japan's labor movement, especially for women. It showed that even the most, exploited workers could fight back. The factory itself closed down later, in the Showa era, but that story of courage stuck around.
Such a powerful story hidden within those factory walls. Then, the Showa era brings World War II. Tsurumi gets pulled into that too.
Heavily. The Sumitomo Metal Industries factory there switched entirely to war production, making parts for fighter planes, artillery shells, running 204/7. It became a prime target.
And with men off fighting, they needed workers.
Exactly. Critical labor shortage. So the government issued the Gakuto Jinrei, the student mobilization order.
Student mobilization, what did that mean?
It meant pulling junior high kids, teenagers basically, out of school and putting them to work in the factories. These apprentice workers were suddenly operating dangerous machinery.
Just kids, that's
Wow.
hard to imagine. Long hours, poor food, and under the threat of bombing raids.
Constant threat. And in 1945, it happened. A major U.S. air raid hit the factory area, including the dorms where some of these students lived. Many were killed. It was horrific.
Oh, that's tragic.
It really is. There's a memorial stone near the old factory site now. A very quiet, poignant reminder of those young lives lost. They hold a service there every year during cherry blossom time.
So Tsurumi's seen illicit trade, intense labor struggles, wartime tragedy. How do we get from that to the green, peaceful place it is today? That seems like a huge leap.
It was a huge leap, and it's a fascinating example of, well, deliberate urban transformation. It mostly comes down to one massive event that completely changed the area's trajectory.
Okay, I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
The 1990 Flower Expo, Hanahaku.
Exactly. The International Garden and Greenery Exposition, Osaka, hosted it, and the main venue was right there in eastern Tsurumi on land that used to be swamps and, yes, those old industrial sites.
Turning that into a world-class expo venue, that must have been a colossal undertaking. Was there doubt it could be done?
Oh, immense ambition. It was a national project. They completely reshaped the landscape in just a few years. Amazing architects, horticulturists. They built things like the huge Great Flower Hill glass dome, the water museum. Millions came. It was a huge success, silencing any doubters.
And it wasn't just flowers, right? I heard there were like early robots and futuristic city ideas too. And something about the mascot.
Yeah, Hana-chan, the mascot was everywhere. Apparently, the poor folks inside the costume sometimes fainted from the heat. But beyond the fun stuff, the really crucial point is what happened after the expo closed.
Right. It wasn't just temporary.
Not at all. That's the genius of the planning. They designed it so the main venue could become a permanent park, Tsurumi Ryokuchi Park. It literally turned this industrial fringe into Osaka's green lung. A masterstroke of urban renewal, really.
That's incredible foresight. So for someone visiting Osaka today, what makes Tsurumi Ryokuchi Park special? What are some of those hidden gems you mentioned?
Well, the park itself is huge, but it's packed with interesting spots, many with links to the past. It's more than just grass and trees.
Like the cherry blossoms. I read something amazing about them coming from the Osaka Mint Bureau, that famous cherry blossom viewing spot.
Yes, that's a wonderful story. Back in the 70s, urban development threatened many of the Mint's precious century-old cherry trees.
No way.
Yeah. The Mint director fought tooth and nail to save them, and Tsurumi Ryokuchi, which was being planned for the expo then, became their new home. Imagine moving those massive old trees.
That must have been incredibly difficult. So delicate.
Hugely difficult, a massive, careful relocation effort. But today, those very trees, including rare types like Sadozakura and Kanzan, bloom beautifully in the park, especially near the Sakuya Konohanakan greenhouse. It's living history.
A rescue story written in blossoms.
Right.
Amazing. What else should people look out for?
Well, there's Tsurumi Shinzan. It's technically a mountain built in 1983, only 39 meters high, but that makes it Osaka's highest artificial mountain.
Oh, okay. Highest fake mountain. You get good views from up there.
You actually do. You can see clear across to landmarks like Abino Haruka's, and then there's the Windmill Hill.
Oh, yeah, the Dutch windmill.
The very one. Looks fantastic, surrounded by seasonal flowers, tulips in spring, sunflowers in summer, cosmos in autumn. Great photo spot.
Definitely. And the big greenhouse, Sakuya Konohanakan.
A must-see. One of Japan's biggest. It's got something like 5,500 plant species from all over the planet. Deserts, tropics, everything.
Wow. Any other little quirky things?
Keep an eye on the ground. Some of the manhole covers have Hanazuken-chan, the little flower expo mascot, designed right onto them. A fun little detail.
Nice. A little Easter egg from the expo.
And the Suraminamori guest house is interesting, too. It was originally built to entertain VIPs during Hanahaku. Now, it's this beautiful wedding venue right in the park. Great example of repurposing.
That's cool. So beyond these spots, it's just a big park for relaxing.
Well, yes, huge lawns for picnics, but also lots to do. Horse riding, BBQ areas, sports fields. You could easily spend a whole day or more just exploring everything.
It really sounds like Tsurumi Ward has layers upon layers, from secret ports and striking factory workers to wartime losses, and then this incredible rebirth through the Flower Expo.
Exactly. And the thread connecting it all isn't just big events. It's the ordinary people, the merchants, the women in the mills, the student workers. Their struggles and resilience shaped this place.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Next time you're in any city, maybe walking through a park or down a
Yeah.
street, take a second. What stories are hidden just out of sight? What drama unfolded right where you're standing?
Tsurumi Ryokuchi Park really embodies that. It's not just a park, it's like a living museum. So if you get the chance to visit, you won't just see beautiful gardens, you'll be walking through this incredibly rich, layered history. It might change how you see it.